Leo, let's not waste any time. You're about to receive 6 powerful numbers that could change your life forever, and yes, one of them might just make you a millionaire this week. I know that's a bold claim. But if you're here, it's not by chance. You were meant to hear this. Because something rare is happening in the sky from November 5th to 10th, and it's got your name written all over it. This isn't just another astrological week. This is what I'd call an energetic turning point where wealth, health, and higher alignment are finally meeting in the same place. You see, the universe is shifting gears. The moon is traveling through Taurus, lighting up your house of financial values and personal stability. Meanwhile, Jupiter is still in retrograde, urging you to redefine what wealth really means to you. And somewhere in that cosmic intersection, these 6 numbers, yes, these exact 6 have been placed on your path like keys waiting for a door you didn't even know you were ready to open. These numbers are not lucky guesses. They are vibrational signatures. They resonate with who you're becoming, not just who you've been. So before we even go any further, let me ask you something. When was the last time you let yourself believe in the impossible, not blindly, but with intention? When was the last time you felt, deep in your gut, that something bigger was trying to speak to you? Because that's what this is. This is not a game. This is not a trend. This is a moment where energy and timing are syncing up just for you. Leo, you don't have to try so hard to be seen. Your presence is enough. You shine without shouting. And sometimes, it's in the stillness, not the roar, where your true power shows up. These 6 numbers are showing up now to remind you of that power. Each one connects to a part of your life that's asking to be activated. Your heart, your courage, your trust, your discipline, your generosity, your faith. And if one of them lands differently when you hear it, if it echoes somewhere in your chest or brings up a memory or a chill down your spine, please write it in the comments. Don't hold it in. Say it out loud. Claim it. That's how we anchor it into the real world. And while you're here with me, let me say something that I don't take lightly. Thank you. Thank you for your presence. Your time, your attention, your energy means something. Every like, every comment, every subscription doesn't just help this channel grow. It helps this message reach others who might be standing right where you are, hopeful, unsure, and ready. You are the reason I show up. And what's coming next in this video? Well, it might just be the reminder your soul's been waiting for. So stay with me until the end, because the universe has something spectacular in store for you, and I promise if you're truly listening, you won't leave the same. Now, tell me in the comments, which of these 6 numbers calls your name today? Let's find out together. Sometimes, Leo, reconnecting with your abundance doesn't mean doing more, it means doing what matters most, and doing it from the heart. The first number I want you to sit with today is 12, a number that carries the vibration of sacred alignment between purpose and passion. It's not a number of force, but of flow. It whispers, what if the way forward isn't through pressure, but through presence? You see, when you move from a place of heart, not ego, your life begins to speak a different language. Things click. The right people show up. The opportunities feel less like effort and more like truth rising to the surface. 12 is a call to return to your core values, to revisit the parts of you that may have been buried under performance or responsibility. If you've been feeling like you're moving, but not moving forward, this number comes in as a quiet lantern asking you to slow down and realign. Not with trends. Not with expectations. But with what's always been true for you. That's the starting point for real wealth, not just money, but energy, time, vitality. And if you're not sure what that truth is anymore, that's okay. One of the most powerful ways to begin again is to ask a simple question each morning, and write your answer by hand. What makes me feel like I'm living in alignment with who I truly am? It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be honest. Clarity doesn't always come in big moments, it comes in the consistency of checking in with your own soul. Over time, those answers shape how you choose your next project, your next purchase, your next yes. Now, when it comes to your physical body, the number 12 also draws attention to the heart, not just metaphorically, but literally. Your chest, your breath, your rhythms. If you've been holding tension, skipping rest, or pushing through signs of fatigue, this is the week to pause and come back to center. A simple practice like the 4-7-8 breathing technique: inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8 can do more for your nervous system than another to-do list ever will. Think of it as a reset button that doesn't just calm your mind, but reopens the gate to receiving. And here's where the number 55 steps in like a spark in the darkness. This is not a soft number. It's bold, unpredictable, sometimes even chaotic. But don't let that scare you. In numerology, 55 carries the energy of massive shifts, the kind of changes that at first feel uncomfortable, but later reveal themselves as divine intervention. If 12 is the breath, then 55 is the break. It's the moment you realize the thing you've been clinging to is actually what's been weighing you down. And suddenly, the fear of letting go becomes smaller than the cost of staying stuck. This kind of shift shows up in all areas of life, but you'll feel it most in your finances and your energy field. You might be invited to take a leap, apply for something outside your comfort zone, pitch an idea you've been sitting on, or move your money in a way that feels risky but deeply aligned. Don't dismiss that nudge. It may be the gateway to a whole new level of receiving. Remember, you can't attract what you don't believe you deserve. And you can't receive what you haven't made space for. In tarot, 55 is the frequency of the Tower and the Fool, 2 cards that couldn't be more different, yet often arrive together when it's time for a radical restart. The Tower clears what's no longer working. The Fool invites you to walk forward anyway with curiosity, not control. This is the energetic dance of destruction and creation, and yes, it can be messy. You might feel off. You might lose sleep. You might get headaches or feel unusually restless. These aren't signs that something's wrong. They're signs your frequency is rising, and your body is adjusting to a future it hasn't fully met yet. You're not doing anything wrong by feeling unsteady. You're just in the middle of becoming. And no breakthrough has ever arrived quietly. So here's my invitation to you, Leo. Take one bold, messy, imperfect step this week. Open that account. Send that application. Sign up for that class. It doesn't have to be the final answer. But it will shift the energy, and that's how doors open. Not with certainty, but with courage. You're not waiting for the universe to change your life. The universe is waiting for you to believe you're ready. So show it. One action. One breath. One honest answer at a time. When you've been focused for too long on holding everything together, Leo, it's easy to forget just how powerful connection can be, not the kind that demands attention or performance, but the kind that quietly nourishes you from within. That's the energy behind the number 02, a frequency of mutual care, emotional balance, and what I like to call the invisible support system of your life. It's not always loud, and it doesn't always show up in ways that make sense on paper. But its impact is real, and this week, it's what opens the door to healing your body and attracting unexpected blessings, especially financial ones. Think about it. When was the last time you let someone in? Really let them see what you're carrying? Or when was the last time you simply reached out, not because you needed something, but because your heart whispered, "It's time"? See, energy doesn't just move through thoughts or plans. It moves through relationships, through sincerity, through soft moments that don't ask for anything in return. And 02 is a reminder that you don't have to do it all alone. In fact, you were never meant to. Emotionally, this number asks you to reconnect not just with others, but with the parts of yourself that you've ignored while trying to stay strong. There's no shame in needing warmth, in needing softness. You're human, and humans thrive in connection. Even when life has taught you to be the strong one, the leader, the one who keeps it all together. True strength includes vulnerability. And this week, allowing yourself that space may be what turns everything around. From a practical standpoint, this might look like reaching out to someone you haven't spoken to in a while. A friend, a mentor, a family member, someone whose energy once reminded you of who you really are. Sometimes the support you're looking for, whether it's a job lead, a financial referral, or just a moment of encouragement, is sitting on the other side of a conversation you haven't had yet. Don't overthink it. Just reach out. And if opening up to others feels too far today, start smaller. Write a gratitude list. 3 things. Nothing fancy. Just honest. It could be your morning coffee, the way the light hits your window, the fact that you made it through yesterday. Gratitude isn't about pretending everything is perfect, it's about creating space inside yourself for something better to arrive. And believe me, it does shift things. Not just mentally, but physically. Which brings me to something important. Your immune system is listening, too. When your emotional world is locked down, your body starts to protect itself by tightening up. You get sick easier. You sleep harder, but never feel rested. You crave sugar, or caffeine, or numbness, not because you're weak, but because your nervous system is trying to cope. But here's the thing, connection soothes the nervous system. And warm nourishment supports that even more. This week, make small choices that speak to that need. Sip warm teas, ginger, turmeric, cinnamon. Add something warm and real to your meals: bone broth, root vegetables, foods that ground you. These are more than wellness tips, they are acts of self-respect. They send a signal to your entire being that you are choosing care over chaos. And when your body starts to believe it's safe again, it opens. It receives. It heals. In energy work, we often say that like attracts like, and that goes for abundance, too. When you're tense, isolated, or emotionally guarded, you can miss the financial opportunities that are literally right beside you. But when you soften, when you reach out, when you let someone support you, when you nurture yourself from the inside out, you magnetize the kind of resources that stick. You stop chasing, and you start receiving. So if someone reaches out this week with a message, a suggestion, or even a favor, don't brush it off. Listen. That may be the universe delivering something through human hands. And if nothing shows up right away, that's okay too. Just stay open. Keep tending the connection. Keep tending to you. And if you're wondering how to amplify this energy even more, consider surrounding yourself with healing tones: olive green, which represents calm, earthy strength, and terracotta orange, a color of grounded joy and creative restoration. Wear them. Look at them. Let them color your environment in quiet ways. Color, after all, is frequency. And every little frequency shift counts. So let this be your quiet revolution this week. Choose connection over isolation. Choose nourishment over numbness. Choose softness where you once chose defense. Because your energy doesn't lie, Leon, right now. It's calling you towards something better. Something more aligned. Something true. Let it in. Let them in. And most of all, let yourself be cared for. You've carried the weight long enough. There's a quiet power in you that you might not have fully accessed yet, a kind of strength that doesn't shout, but builds quietly in the background of your life. And if the number 39 has found its way to you this week, Leo, it's a sign that you're being invited to explore your own untapped potential, not someday, not when everything is perfect, but now. Because what you've called a side thing, or just a hobby, might actually be the doorway to the abundance you've been asking for. I've seen it over and over. Someone starts baking bread in their kitchen to unwind after work. They post a few pictures online. Before they know it, people are asking to buy loaves. Or someone helps a friend organize their closet, and that turns into a business helping busy professionals create peaceful, functional spaces. The common thread? They didn't wait until they felt 100% ready. They just paid attention to what lit them up and what others kept asking them for. That's the energy of 39. It's not about overnight success or flashy promises. It's about noticing the value that already exists in you and allowing it to grow. Sometimes it's something you do with your hands. Sometimes it's the way you explain things, or your natural ability to comfort others. But whatever it is, it's calling now. Not just because the world needs it, but because you're ready to let it support you in return. Let me be clear, this isn't about pushing yourself into hustle mode or turning everything you love into labor. It's about recognizing that when your energy flows into something you care about, and you offer it with sincerity, the universe often responds with support you didn't expect: clients, visibility, or even a shift in confidence that bleeds into other areas of your life. Try this. Sit down and write a list of 10 things you've done well at any point in your life. They don't have to be impressive. Maybe you're good at calming people down. Maybe you organize a mean spreadsheet. Maybe you once helped your cousin launch their website. Whatever comes to mind, write it. Then look at that list and ask, which one of these could solve a problem for someone else? That's your doorway. Not a finished product. Just a next step. From there, the invitation is simple: give it space. That might mean setting up a freelancer profile, opening a new social media page, or even just telling 3 people, "Hey, I'm thinking of offering this. Would that help you?" Don't wait to be discovered. Create a space where the right people can find you. Even if you're starting from scratch. Especially if you are. But here's what's just as important: if you want your creative flow to grow into something sustainable, your energy has to be protected. And that starts with your rest. Working through the night might seem like you're getting ahead, but over time, it drains the very part of you that makes your gift magnetic. Your nervous system needs space to reset. Your intuition needs time to rise. That only happens in stillness. So if you've been burning the candle at both ends, let this be your permission to pause. Try cutting off screens at least an hour before bed. Dim the lights. Put on soft music. Let yourself shift from output to receptivity. You are not a machine, you are a vessel for energy and creation, and that vessel needs to be nurtured. Your body will thank you. Your creativity will deepen. And yes, your finances will follow. Because when you show the universe that you're willing to value your energy, it mirrors that back in the form of clients, contracts, or clarity. Leo, the truth is, you've never lacked potential. You've only lacked space to let it breathe. This week, 39 is showing up not as a demand, but as a reminder, you already have what it takes. The only question is whether you're willing to take it seriously. So consider this your nudge. Choose one thing. Give it a name. Offer it simply. Rest deeply. And let this be the season where your side thing becomes the doorway to something much, much more. Sometimes what blocks our abundance isn't a lack of effort but a refusal to let go. And the number 21 carries this exact message. It doesn't come into your energy field like a crash or a roar. It comes like a whisper, a gentle tap on the shoulder that says, "Hey, it's safe to release now." If you've been holding on too tightly, whether it's to control, to fear, or to how you think things should happen, this is your invitation to exhale. And not just any exhale, but the kind that comes after a long season of holding your breath. There's something really sacred about learning how to step back, not as a way of giving up, but as a way of giving permission. Think of it like this. Imagine trying to catch water with your hands clenched. No matter how hard you grip, the water slips through. But when you soften your palms, suddenly, it begins to gather. That's the kind of shift 21 is asking of you right now. The universe wants to place something in your hands, but first, you have to open them. Let's be honest, Leo energy is powerful, driven, and often self-sufficient to a fault. You're used to being the one who leads, who protects, who pushes forward. But even the strongest among us can reach a point where our instinct to control becomes the very thing that prevents us from receiving. You may be attached to an outcome, chasing a timeline, or trying to make something happen before it's ready. And that pressure? It weighs heavy not just on your spirit, but on your body. If your digestion has been off lately, bloating, discomfort, fatigue, it might not be what you're eating, but what you're emotionally holding on to. In energy medicine, the gut is often seen as a second brain. It responds to how safe we feel. It reacts when we carry tension, when we suppress emotion, when we overplan instead of trust. One of the simplest acts of healing right now is to slow down at the table. Eat without scrolling. Chew slower. Make breakfast the anchor of your morning instead of a rushed afterthought. These small acts aren't just for your healthy messages to your system that say, "I'm allowed to feel ease." And if you're wondering how this relates to your finances, well, here's where it gets interesting. Often, money that is meant for your refunds, approvals, gifts, unexpected returns can't land until you've cleared space for it emotionally. The more you chase what's delayed, the more it runs. But when you shift into openness, when you say, I'm ready to receive in whatever way is aligned, you invite it in. The money may still arrive through a traditional channel, but your energy no longer resists it. And that's where flow begins. Now, here's something tangible you can do. Write down one thing you know you've been gripping. A situation. A fear. An attachment. Then fold the paper gently, hold it with intention, and if it feels right, burn it safely outside, in a bowl, wherever feels sacred to you. Watch the smoke rise. That's not just fire. That's movement. That's your nervous system shifting, your soul unclenching. These symbolic acts matter more than we realize. They give our bodies something to do with the release we mentally crave. Color can help, too. Surround yourself with lavender and silver gray this week, colors that speak the language of closure and new beginnings. Lavender soothes, softens, and allows clarity to rise. Silver gray is the bridge, the calm before dawn, the space between what was and what's coming. Whether it's a scarf, a candle, or the outfit you wear on an important day, let these colors remind you, you are not stuck. You're simply in transition. And Leo, I know letting go isn't easy when your heart is all in. But hear this clearly, releasing doesn't mean you failed. It means you're wise enough to trust timing over tension. To trust that if something is truly meant for you, it will never require you to betray your peace to get it. This week, choose peace over panic. Choose trust over control. And above all, choose softness, because that's where your next blessing will land. There's a reason the number 08 is shaped like an infinity loop. It holds a sacred geometry that mirrors the rhythm of giving and receiving, flowing in and out like breath, like tides, like life itself. But here's what most people forget about abundance. It can't flow where resistance lives. You can have all the intentions in the world, but if deep down you still believe you have to chase, prove, or control everything, the current slows down. You can't force open a door that only responds to surrender. Think of abundance like a spring hidden beneath the earth. When rocks beliefs like, I'm not worthy, there's never enough, or I have to do it all myself, are blocking that flow, the water can't rise. But once you start gently removing those blocks, even just one at a time, the water doesn't need to be summoned. It was already there. It just needed space. That's what 08 is here to remind you. It's not a promise of luck. It's a code. A currency. A frequency. And like all energetic languages, it responds not to panic, but to presence. It won't enter a space where the doors are shut tight with fear. But when you open even one window, just a crack, it begins to move toward you. Practically speaking, you may see this show up as unexpected income. A bonus you weren't counting on. A refund you forgot about. A client who appears from nowhere. But notice this, these forms of wealth rarely arrive when you're gripping tightly. They tend to show up when you've softened. When you've let go of the timeline. When you've said, I'm open to whatever is aligned. That's when the universe feels safe delivering what's already been waiting. One of the most powerful shifts you can make this week is in your language. Pay attention to how often you say things like, I can't afford that, or, I don't have enough time. Those statements lock in scarcity. They become agreements with lack. Try replacing them with, I'm open to receiving the resources I need, or I trust the right support is on its way. It's not about denial, it's about direction. You're guiding the energy with your words. Let them move you toward what you want, not deeper into what you fear. Now, let's talk about your body, because your nervous system plays a bigger role in this than you might think. When you're stuck in fight or flight, your energy field contracts. It's like trying to water a garden while holding a kink in the hose. Nothing flows. That's why it's essential, not optional, to take 10 minutes a day to reset. Breathe deeply. Soak in a warm Epsom salt bath. Step outside and let the sun touch your skin. And if you can, avoid caffeine after 2 p.m. Not because caffeine is bad, but because your nervous system needs a chance to remember what stillness feels like. Stillness is where abundance settles. And don't underestimate the power of color. This week, surround yourself with gold and deep black, not just as aesthetics, but as energetic anchors. Gold aligns you with prosperity, visibility, and divine worth. It reminds you that your glow is valuable. Black, when held with intention, isn't darkness, it's elegance, power, protection. It helps you create boundaries that don't shut others out, but keep your energy clean and focused. If you take anything from this moment, let it be this: abundance isn't something you chase. It's something you allow. You don't need to push harder or strive louder. What's meant for you doesn't need to be forced. It's not hiding. It's listening for your frequency to match its invitation. So give yourself permission to stop proving and start receiving. To trust your enoughness. To remember that true wealth doesn't begin in your bank account. It begins in your belief. And belief, Leo, is something no one can take from you. It's the open hand. The still heart. The brave breath. And it's what calls the current home. You've just walked through 6 powerful frequencies, each one a key, a mirror, a message meant specifically for you. Not randomly, not accidentally, but in divine alignment with who you are becoming. The numbers 12, 55, 02, 39, 21, and 08 are more than digits. They're reminders. Gateways. Invitations to a version of you that already exists on a higher frequency, one that's waiting for your permission to come alive. 12 reminded you to lead with your heart, not your ego. To trust your core values over the noise of the world. 55 showed up as fire, asking you to take that bold step even if your voice shakes. 02 whispered softly, pulling you back into connection, reminding you that you heal faster and attract more when you let others in. 39 sparked your creative force, your inner builder, asking you to stop minimizing your talents and start treating your side passion like it matters. 21 came to loosen your grip, to help you surrender the illusion of control and allow something better to arrive. And then, there was 08's signature of infinite wealth, only activated when you stop chasing and start receiving. Abundance doesn't flow to those who panic. It flows to those who hold peace. Who dare to rest in their worth. Who choose faith over fear. And I know that might sound simple on paper, but it takes real courage in the real world. It takes slowing down when everyone else is speeding up. It takes rewriting the story that says you're only valuable if you're achieving, proving, performing. And Leo, I'm here to tell you, you don't have to run anymore. What you've been chasing? It's been chasing you too. It just couldn't land until now. So I want you to pause and ask yourself, which of these 6 numbers stirred something inside you? Was there one that felt like it belonged to you the moment you heard it? One that echoed louder than the rest? Don't keep it in your head. Write it down. Speak it out. Claim it. That's how energy takes form. That's how vibration becomes matter. In fact, I encourage you to drop this simple affirmation into the comments below. I receive the energy and blessing of my soul-aligned number. I am ready for the miracle to arrive. When you write it, you're not begging the universe, you're partnering with it. And if this message stirred something in you, then don't keep it to yourself. Someone out there is waiting for the exact frequency you've just tapped into. Share it. Like it. Help them find it. That's how we create ripple effects that move beyond our own lives. And if you've ever felt like no one noticed you unless you shouted, I want you to remember this: the light inside you is already loud enough. You don't have to scream for the universe to listen. You were never invisible. You were just waiting to be still enough to be seen clearly. That time is now. So I'll leave you with this blessing from one guide to another traveler. May the light within you shine so brightly that you no longer need to fight for space. May your stillness speak louder than your striving. And may you finally remember you're not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. This is eternal mindfulness, and I am deeply grateful you're here. Let your voice be heard below. Let someone feel seen through your comment. Let this message live longer than today, because your presence carries more power than you know.